Welcome NOSSCAR Brighton Truck Series fans. It is the 2020 NOSSCAR Brighton Truck Series Championship race held here at Phoenix Raceway on NASCAR Heat 4. Keep your eye on the final four championship contenders led by Josh Colm-Diaz in the 24. Currently sitting in the third position, Jimmy Best in the 2. He runs in the fourth position, not too far behind him. Trying to find him here for you. There you see him. And then in the 52 machine, you have Dakota Bruv, the defending Motormaster Series champion, looking to become only the second driver in NOSSCAR history to win a championship in two different NOSSCAR series, hosted on a NASCAR Heat video game. And then, of course, can't forget about Harold Burton, and the number 15 comes in here with a strong boost of momentum after getting his first career NOSSCAR Motormaster Series win, and catapulting himself into the final four for that series, respectively. Around goes the 3 of Nick Francesco, non-playoff contender. He's sitting over there in turns 3 and 4, what used to be turns 1 and 2. Coming over to the start-finish line now, and a whole bunch of front-end damage to the number 3 Chevy Silverado. He's going to keep going again. Up front, it is Bad Moon Rising leading the way. The pole winner for this race, making her third start here in NOSSCAR in total, and giving a good run for that number 58 Ford F-150. She's being challenged by Jason Pitts in the 12 and Josh Colm-Diaz in the 24. Tell you one thing, Jason Pitts has really come to life here in recent weeks here in NOSSCAR, not only here in the NOSSCAR Brighton Truck Series, but in the NOSSCAR Motormaster Series as well. Picking up a top 5 in one of the 2 races last night. Right now runs in second, and he's one of 2 trucks in front of all 4 of the championship contenders. Josh Colm-Diaz taking a look to the inside in the dog leg, now taking a look to the outside, back to the bottom through the corner here. What used to be 3 and 4 is now 1 and 2. I'm going to get that wrong a couple of times here, folks, and I'm going to do my best not to. Working stage 1. Round 28, the finale of the season. Having a non-playoff contender lead the way here for the early stages, the early laps at Phoenix Raceway. Battle for second is still on between the teammates at Timac Bruv Motorsports. Josh Colm-Diaz in the 24, looking for the position. He's to the inside of the 12. Jason, of course, not a playoff contender, missed the playoff picture, the playoff point for him by only a couple of points. He was only a handful of positions behind the cut line when we drew the 12 playoff driver names. Putting a lap now on one of the trucks there. Looked like it was Nick Francesco. No, it's actually the 32 machine of Rob Oglesby, and that's a tough break for him. A little bit of front-end damage to the Chevy Silverado, a little bit deeper in the field. Harold Burton keeping an eye on one of your round of 4 contenders. Jeffrey Robinson Jr. just in front of him. Thomas Geyer in the 62 just behind him. This is all still going on the lead lap. Brett Baker in the 99 right there as well. You'll see these drivers going all the way to the inside of the track through that dog leg all race long. It will pick them up a 10th or 2 on their lap times. And checking in back at the front, Josh Colm-Diaz beginning to work his way towards the front. And now we have a battle for the lead, folks. Josh in the 24, Bad Moon Rising in the 58. Going through 1 and 2 now. Wasn't able to keep the speed and the grip up that he needed down there. Wasn't able to complete the pass. Tries again through 3 and 4. Coming to the start-finish line now. It's still Bad Moon Rising, leading here in stage 1. Round of 4 contenders battling for the 4th position. Dakota Bruv in the 52. Jimmy Best in the 2. Timac Bruv Motorsports teammates. 3 Timac Bruv Motorsports Chevy Silverados making it into the final 4, and that's never been done in the 3-year history of the NOSSCAR Brighton Truck Series. Never as a team put 3 trucks in the final 4. Getting a report, we have a lead change At Phoenix, Bad Moon Rising has went to pit road, surrendered the race lead. Scheduled pit stops beginning here in stage number 1. And Josh Colm-Diaz in the 24 gonna do the same. This hands the lead over to Jason Pitts in the 12. And Dakota Bruv in the 52 right behind him in second, and Jimmy Best in the 2 up to third. And they're going an extra lap on these tires and the fuel that they have. Side by side for the lead. Teammates battling up front, the 52 and the 12, and it looks like Dakota's going to get the better of him. He's going to take the lead here at Phoenix. Fourth different leader of the race so far, folks, and we're only in stage number 1. We crown a 2020 NOSSCAR Brighton Truck Series champion here tonight. Dakota Bruv in the 52, Jimmy Best in the 2, Josh Colm-Diaz in the 24, Harold Burden in the 15, and green flag pit stops are continuing here in stage 1. There's Josh Colm-Diaz. He's back on the track. He's already got his service, but on pit road now. Dakota Bruv, 52, Jimmy Best in the 2, bumper to bumper pretty much. Rough Raven in the 4 truck on pit road as well. Non-playoff contender. When all of this cycles through, I believe it's going to be Bad Moon Rising in the 58 back out front. We know she's in front of the 24 of Josh Colm-Diaz at this time. And there's the 2 getting worked on. 4 tires and fuel. And being the first pit stop of the race and being a preset series here on NASCAR Heat 4, gotta believe that there was quite a few adjustments made, maybe adding some grill tape, maybe loosening or tightening, depending on which preset they went with. I was out there on the track for a couple of laps, wasn't really running to my full potential and speed, was mostly just trying to monitor and maintain a good speed and stay out of the way from the final 4 contenders and make sure everybody gets a good qualifying run in. And I noticed that a preset 7 seemed to be a safe one to go with here, especially for the long run. These trucks didn't seem to get out of shape on a preset 7. Preset 8 and 9 would certainly be a bit more of a gamble, especially for the tire fall off that these drivers see at a track like Phoenix International Raceway. Pit stops continuing. Thomas Geyer just left pit road, and round of 4 contender on pit road as well, and that would be Harold Burden in the 15. And problems on pit road, the 15 and the 3 both colliding there. The 3 is Nick Don Francesco. One of those freak accidents that you hate to see on pit road, and that might have even cost Harold a pit stop. I'm not so sure if he got service. He might have kind of been kicked back onto the track without 4 tires and fuel. No, apparently not, though. He would have went to pit road that time by if he did, so good news for Harold fans, for the number 15 fans out there. He is still very much alive in this one. Going to reset things for the viewers at home. You're watching the battle for the lead. Bad Moon Rising in the number 58 Ford F-150. Josh Colm-Diaz in the number 24 Chevy Silverado. Checking in on more of your round of 4 contenders. There is Dakota Bruv in the 52, Jimmy Best in the 2. That is the battle for 3rd and 4th. Jason Pitts in the 12. Chevy Silverado runs in 5th. He started strong, still running strong, but a little bit further behind these guys at this time. There you see him. having a good run. Rough Raven in the 4. And Quarter Panel Outlaw in the 18. Right there behind them. They're running in the 6th and 7th positions. Good battles all over this racetrack. And we're still keeping an eye on the battle for the lead. Bad Moon Rising in the purple F-150 trying to cruise away from Josh Colm-Diaz. Keep in mind, Josh pit 1 lap later than Bad Moon Rising, and that's given him that just a bit of extra speed, a little bit of extra grip throughout this run. And the gap between the two is shrinking slowly but surely. And Josh just might have enough time to get there before the end of stage 1. Round of 4 contenders are Josh Colm-Diaz in the 24, Dakota Bruv in the 52, Jimmy Best, of course, in the number 2 truck. And last but certainly not least, Harold Burton in the number 15 Toyota Tundra. Harold, the only Toyota Tundra in the final 4. Got a shout out from a lot of the other Toyota drivers in the NOSSCAR community from several different series, and a lot of support going his way for his first career NOSSCAR Motor Master Series win just last night. That coming at Kansas Speedway. What a wild one that was. Battle for position here, the 18 quarter panel pull to the inside of Jason Pitts, and he's going to get it to stick. He went all the way down below the yellow line, which is a legal pass here at Phoenix Raceway. There's a whole lot of space in between them as well. No contact made, clean pass for position. Quarter panel working his way towards the front. That was for 5th. Put Jason Pitts back to 6th. Rough Raven in the 4th, still in 7th. And then it is B.J. Thomas running in 8th. Good to see BJ back. Always brings a really nice number 99 custom paint job for all 3 of the major NOSSCAR series hosted on the NASCAR Heat video games on the PlayStation 4 console. This time sporting a black and blue checkered flag, number 99 Chevy Silverado. He's got it running in the 8th position on the lead lap and doing really well. Coming to pit road now. Going to hand the 8th position over to Jeffrey Robinson Jr. The number 50 Chevy Silverado has not made a whole bunch of starts here in the NOSSCAR Brighton Truck Series. Still very much learning, but learning fast, folks. Got that truck inside the top 10 and running strong. Not a mark on that truck here in stage 1. A little bit further back, just behind him in the 9th position, Brett Baker. Number 99 Ford F-150, really love the paint job on that truck. Runs part-time here in the NOSSCAR Brighton Truck Series, but always comes with a fast truck and runs competitively. The only downside for his race right now is he's got the leaders coming behind him. Bad Moon Rising is putting on a blistering pace at the front of the field. She won the pole. She's looking to make a big statement here in the NOSSCAR Brighton Truck Series. She, as well as Juicy J, has not made very many starts here, and we'd love to park it in victory lane. She has no challengers behind her at this time. Round of 4 contender on pit road. Josh Colm-Diaz comes in, and it is a scheduled pit stop in stage 1. These 100% distance truck races are a long challenge, not only for the drivers, but these pit crews as well. The drivers always come in with their fingers crossed, hoping to see a 14.5 or 14.2 second pit stop. A lot of the round of 4 contenders were on pit road. The 52, the 2, and the 24 were all there on pit road. The 02 of Ayrton Frederick, non-playoff contender, comes to a rest in his pit stall as well. Pit road becoming a very busy place. Jeffrey Robinson Jr. in the 50 came to pit road. Looked like Brett Baker in the 99 stayed out. Thought about it though. The fuel and tire wear here for the NOSSCAR Brighton Truck Series being on ×3 really throws a wrench into these drivers' plans. It's not necessarily all about raw speed. It's quite a bit about taking care of the tires and coming up with a good pit strategy for the final stage if you can as well. The more laps in a stage, the more wiggle room and more time these drivers have to play with when it comes to forming a good strategy, a good run at winning the race. And if you're going to make a run to win any race, you're going to make a run to win this one. It is for all the marbles, folks. It is for the 2020 NOSSCAR Brighton Truck Series Championship. And after this most recent cycle of pit stops, the 2 of Jimmy Best, the 52 of Dakota Bruv, and the 24 of Joshua Colm-Diaz running in 2nd, 3rd, and 4th. The big news there, Josh in the 24 slips from 2nd to 4th. I'm not sure exactly what went amiss on pit road for the 2014, but something drastic happened, and now he finds himself 3rd in line amongst the round of 4 championship contenders. The white truck and the blue truck, those two that are just in front of him, he is battling with them, his own teammates, for the championship tonight. He's got to find a way to work his way back towards the front and get around those guys. Round of 4 contender on pit road, Harold Burden in the 15, and I'm not so sure if this is good or bad news. There's quite a bit of front end damage to that number 15 Toyota Tundra. He's going to pull it to a stop in his pit stall. Qualified 4th for this race, was very happy with the qualifying effort, and this may be a scheduled pit stop because he does tend to pit a lap or 2 later than everybody else. And it was a short one, folks. It was a short pit stop. He's rolling again at Phoenix. Keeping our eye on the 3 contenders that seem to be really performing well in stage 1. 2nd, 3rd, and 4th. They were 3 wide there for a moment through the dogleg, now heading into turn number 1. Jimmy Best in the 2 has the advantage. Jimmy, of course, won the regular season championship. 5 wins this season for the driver of the number 2. He holds the 2nd spot, but there was contact made there between he and Josh Colm-Diaz. Josh got a little bit out of shape, had to lift a little bit, and here comes Dakota Bruv in the 52 on the inside. And this is all happening about, I would say, about 2 seconds behind your race leader, Bad Moon Rising, in the 58 machine. Coming around now to the green and white checkers. Bad Moon Rising is going to win stage number 1. Jimmy Best is going to get 2nd. Dakota Bruv is going to get 3rd. And Josh Colm-Diaz is going to get 4th. How about that, though? Bad Moon Rising, first career NOSSCAR Brighton Truck Series stage win. And those are not easy to come by. And there's Harold Burden, the other round of 4 contender. Coming across the line for 11th. He has a bit of work to do. The final stage point is going to go to Jason Pitts. He runs in 5th in that number 12 Chevy Silverado, looking really strong so far. Again, I mentioned earlier, he's come alive in recent weeks. And watch for him to be a major contender for the win at the end of this one. Well, folks, stage 1 is in the history books. These drivers now have an opportunity to pit and make adjustments at the end of stage 1 and at caution speed, so they have an opportunity to take an extra second or two to make any major swings at these trucks or repair any damage that they might have suffered in stage 1. And now they are double file. We're ready to go. Bad Moon Rising and Jimmy Betts are going to lead them to the line. The green flag is in the air. We're back racing at the... Pardon me. 3 and 4 wide heading into turn 1. These are the moments of the race where the round of 4 contenders really need to be careful. One bad move and they could get taken out in a hurry. Jason Pitts just cut off Joshua Colm-Diaz. The 12 puts the 24 into the wall. I have a feeling this battle is not over. And this is all happening for 3rd on back. Jimmy Best up front in the 2 has taken the race lead from Bad Moon Rising. And that is key, folks. He is one of the round of 8 contenders. And now he's got the lead, looking for his 6th win of the season and ultimately looking for his first ever championship here in NOSSCAR on a NASCAR Heat video game. Battle for 3rd is still on. Jason Pitts in the 12, Dakota Bruv in the 52. Just behind them for 5th, Josh Colm-Diaz in the 24. And I believe that the other truck there is Rough Raven in the 4. It is. Raven having a great run. He's running in the 6th position. And Josh in the 24 gave a big shot there to Dakota in the 52. And Dakota didn't really like it too much, I don't think. And Josh takes the position. And now drives it in hard into turns 3 and 4 with his sights on Jason Pitts in the 12. How about Thomas Geyer in the 62? He's right there with these guys battling for position, running in the 6th position, just behind Rough Raven in the 4. Excuse me, that's actually the 7th position. There's 2 trucks a little bit of a ways in front of this group of trucks that you're watching. Dakota Bruv washes up the track and he bumps the 4 of Rough Raven in the process. Now Dakota goes all the way to the inside of the dog leg, heading towards turn number 1. He still has the advantage over the 4. Blues the left side tires right to the yellow line. He's going to complete the pass coming out of turn 2. Brett Baker's got a front row seat for all this action, as does Portapanel in the 18, Eric Frederick in the 02, Nick Don Francesco in the 3. Nick suffered a lot of damage there from an incident that wasn't really of his causing. Now trying to rebound here in stage 2 in that number 3 Chevy Silverado. You see him popping into the frame every now and then. Meanwhile, up front, seen this a lot this season. 5 wins in the 2020 NOSSCAR Brighton Truck Series season for Jimmy Best, but he's being hounded by a newcomer, pole sitter and stage 1 winner Bad Moon Rising in the 58, all over the tailgate of the 2. And they've got about a 1.5 second lead over Josh Colm-Diaz in the 24. We should make note right now, after being pinched in the wall by Jason Pitts in the 12, Josh has rallied all the way back up to the 3rd position after falling to 7th. The 24 is looking fast here at Phoenix. He won the truck race back at Texas Motor Speedway early in the season, so he knew for weeks that he was going to be a part of the 2020 playoffs. He didn't know he was going to be a part of the round of 4. So he started laying down great finishes throughout the playoffs, and now here he is. He's got a win, a handful of playoff points, and he's made it all the way to the championship race. We have a lead change up front. The 58 going to work. Bad Moon Rising takes the lead back from round of 4 contender Jimmy Best in the 2. These two drivers battling for the lead that allowed Josh Coldiez in the 24 to gain some ground. We know that they're all going to have to make a pit stop here in stage 2 at some point or another. Some of them might even be trying to stretch their tires and fuel to make sure they've only got to pit once, but I'm almost certain that they're all going to need to pit twice. It's going to be close for some of these drivers. Great action all over this racetrack. Bad Moon Rising, Jimmy Best, Josh Coldiez, Dakota Bruv, Jason Pitts are your top 5. You're watching the battle for the 5th position. Ayrton Frederick in the 02, getting a little bit closer to Jason Pitts in the 12, Rough Raven in the 4, Thomas Geyer in the 62, and Nick Don Francesco in the 3. They're all right there. And Quarter Panel and Brett Baker are not too far behind. All of these drivers having a good battle here. He's there, folks. Josh Coldiez in the 24, continuing his march to the front, looking to the inside of his teammate. Jimmy Best in the 2, Josh Coldiez in the 24. They are the highest running round of 4 contenders right now. Round of 4 drivers running in 2nd, 3rd, 4th, and 11th. Still there looking to the inside. He's got the truck to do it. It's been hard for these drivers to complete the pass. There's less grip, it seems, down on the bottom, and the driver up top is able to hold more speed, and he's able to get a bit of a launch coming out of the corners. They seem to have a better shot at doing it going into turn 3. Diving their truck all the way close to that inside wall and right below the yellow line and everything, and just hoping that they can clear them and drift up in front. Right when I say that, Josh Coldiez pulls it off. He's back up into the 2nd position, but he's got a little bit of driving to do if he's going to run down the leader, Bad Moon Rising. But the thing is, he doesn't have to, folks. He's ahead of the 3 drivers that he needs to beat to win this championship. And now he's actually your race leader. Bad Moon Rising in the 58 is on pit road. Scheduled service here in stage 2, and we think that this is going to be the beginning here for pit road to become very busy. This is going to be the start of the green flag cycle of pit stops. Re-why here, some trucks going to pit road, and it's freaked me out a little bit. I thought the 02 was going to make heavy contact with one of them, and he didn't miss them by much, but they all held on to it. They all kept going. This is now the battle for 3rd on back. There are a lot of trucks on pit road. They're 3 wide again, folks. Ayrton Frederick in the 02, the rookie, showing no fear, driving it all the way up to P3, and he's still yet to come to pit road. Here he comes. Josh Coldiez on pit road, Dakota Bruv on pit road. I believe Jimmy Best is yet to come to pit road for his scheduled pit stop, and therefore he has taken over the race lead as of right now. Jason Pitts coming to pit road, Jeffrey Robinson Jr. in the 50 coming to pit road, Quarter Panel in the 18, that's Thomas Geyer in the 62 on pit road as well. Great to see Rob Oglesby and the entire True Crew team coming out here for some fun at Phoenix Raceway. Full-time driver on the NOSSCAR Street Tech Series over on the GTA 5 side of things, and really making a statement lately for when it comes to his online racing abilities. Here on NASCAR Heat 4, still learning and still going out there and putting on a good show. Round of 4 contender, Harold Burden in the 15 on pit road, Brett Baker joining him. A couple of other trucks there as well. Josh Colm-Diaz in the 24 has already been on and off pit road. And when things cycle through, he's going to be in front of Dakota Bruff in the 52, Rough Raven in the 4. And we believe this is going to hand the lead back over to Bad Moon Rising in the number 58. Purple and white Ford F-150. Heck of a drive by her so far today. Trying to keep our eye on the round of 4 contenders if we can. We know Josh Colm-Diaz in the 24 running in second, Rough Raven in third, Dakota Bruff in fourth, Jimmy Best in fifth, Ayrton Frederick in sixth, Brett Baker in seventh. Just to give you a bit of an update there on where your favorite driver may be running. 18 drivers started the race, and one driver is going to walk away the winner. One driver will be crowned the 2020 NOSSCAR Brighton Truck Series champion. I'll tell you what, Dakota Bruff has put a lot of work into working towards this championship. Great season for him in the NOSSCAR Brighton Truck Series. Pretty good season for him in the NOSSCAR Motormaster Series as well. He was confident coming into Phoenix. He knows he's good here right now. Scored in the 4th position. And that is the second highest running round of 4 championship contender. He knows that that's not going to quite cut the mustard here, so he's trying to see what he can do. I'm sure that we're kind of at the point in the race where a lot of these drivers are going to begin making some adjustments and seeing if they can find a little bit more speed, especially if they're not in the position to win the championship. As of now, it is Josh Colm-Diaz in the 24 in the position to win the 2020 NOSSCAR Brighton Truck Series Championship, running second in the race. And it is Dakota Bruff in 4th. Amongst the round of 4 contenders, there you see him in the 52. Jimmy Best in the 2 runs in 5th. Keep your eye on him. 5 wins this season, the regular season champion as well. 2 years in a row, Jimmy Best in the 2 has won the regular season championship for the NOSSCAR Truck Series. Harold Burden running inside the top 10 right now, running in the 10th position in the number 15 Toyota Tundra. He is the last of the 4 round of 4 contenders. Has all the momentum and the fans in the world on his side. It seems that he's got a lot of support from the NOSSCAR community. Big one Poland for the longtime NOSSCAR driver. He raced with us on NASCAR 15 on the PlayStation 3 console. Won races there. He was a standout driver there. And he's got a shot to win his first ever NOSSCAR championship here tonight. The final stage is usually when Harold and the number 15 team, they come alive, and then that's when they start to try to charge their way to the front, try to capture the win. Watch for that to happen here at Phoenix. Good battle here. Jason Pitts in the 12, B.J. Thomas in the 99. Jason will use the inside line to clear the 99 truck, hit that spot, and continue on. Great to see Timmy Brown back in action in the NOSSCAR Brighton Truck Series. Holds a win in the NOSSCAR Motormaster Series, back on NASCAR Heat 2, winning the Brickyard race. Says he really enjoys the competition here in the NOSSCAR Brighton Truck Series. Got a mark on that number 19 Toyota Tundra. He has it on the lead lap, and he's hoping to finish that way as well. "12 laps remaining here in stage number 2, and more scheduled pit stops are beginning. Quarter panel in the 18 Toyota Tundra brings that truck on to pit road. As well as your race leader, Bad Moon Rising, is on pit road. She gives up the top spot. Seems like she's been on a bit of more of a short pitting strategy, and that might come back to bite her in the final stage. You never know. We're going to have to find out. Only time will tell. I was going to say for now, this hands the lead over to Josh Colm-Diaz, but he's on pit road, as well as Rough Raven in the 4. Whoa! And that was the battle for 4th and 5th there, and it looked like Harold actually got out of shape and tried to keep it off of the side of the 2 of Jimmy Best, and those are the 2 of the round of 4 contenders going at it for position. I'm not sure if Harold was trying to go to pit road or if he was just trying to stay off of the 2. He's coming up on the entrance to pit road this time by, so that'll answer that question. Harold stays on the track. He's not coming to pit road. I think that was just a wild racing incident. Thankfully, it was in stage 2. Harold has a lot of time to recover and drive back to the front. Very much alive still for the hunt for this championship. A lot of drivers still yet to come to pit road. One of them is Jimmy Best in the 2, running in the 4th position. A lot of drivers trying to stay out as long as they can, test their tire wear, because that's really going to tell them a lot for when it comes to the final stage. There's a few drivers that decided to short pit here in stage 2, take 4 tires and fuel. That includes Bad Moon Rising, Josh Colm-Diaz, Rough Raven, and more. Keep in mind, the drivers that have not made their pit stop yet, they're losing valuable track time to these others who have. The advantage, they can go further on fuel and tires. They might not need to pit an extra time in this stage. Bumper to bumper now, the 2 and the 12 teammates of Timac Motorsports. Timac Bruv Motorsports, rather. The 18 of Quarter Panel got into the right side of the 2, and he went up into the outside wall, and problems there. Rough Raven in the 4 was involved. A 2-truck incident, the first that we've seen all race long. That was over in turns 1 and 2, the teammates at Toyota. Heavy front end damage to the 4. He's going to continue on. And I don't think that anybody ultimately came around to a complete spin or a complete stop, but the 18 got sideways right in front of the 4, and the 4 really had nowhere to go. Pit road becoming a busy place yet again. Thomas Geyer in the 62 working his way down pit road, as well as Jeffrey Robinson Jr., NOSSCAR Supercross champion. folks, we've only got 4 laps remaining here in stage number 2, and a lot of these drivers working towards making it to the end of the stage on their tires and fuel, and it's going to be a battle between, it seems like it's going to be a battle between who can manage their tires the best in the final stage. We know that Jimmy Best and Dakota Bruv can go a little bit further than Josh Colm-Diaz on his tires and fuel. We can tell you, folks, that Brett Baker is your leader in the number 99 Ford F-150. Closing in on a stage win, perhaps, maybe not. He blows a tire over there, and I believe that's in turn 1. Oh, Dakota Bruv in the 52, one of the round of 4 contenders, had nowhere to go. Came right around and pancaked the door of the 99. And now Brett's going to bring that truck to pit road. 2 laps to go here in stage number 2. This hands the lead over to Jason Pitts in the 12, but Jason just blew a tire. Jason Pitts blows a tire at the start-finish line. That hands the lead to round of 4 contender Jimmy Best in the 2. And this would be huge for him if he could have the lead starting the final stage. Jeffrey Robinson Jr. gets around the 2. And the stage comes to an end. A couple of these drivers were able to get their lap back right at the end. Jimmy Best is going to win stage 2 with a masterful piece of driving and strategy. Bad Moon Rising in second, Josh Colm-Diaz third, Dakota Bruv in fourth, Ayrton Frederick in fifth. 18 drivers started the race, and I don't know how many of them are going to be on the lead lap at the end of stage 2. Wild strategy by Jimmy Best. The regular season champion has done it again, folks. He might be in the best seat in the house to win this 2020 NOSSCAR Brighton Truck Series Championship. Only time will tell. The final stage is coming up in just a matter of moments. The free pass is going to go to Harold Burden in the number 15. So all 4 round of 4 contenders will be on the lead lap for the final stage. 10 trucks will be on the lead lap and battling for the race win here at ISM Raceway, hosted right here on NASCAR Heat 4. Really happy to have all of you guys with us here on YouTube, and we're going to be crowning a champion for you in just a matter of moments. Who do you got, folks? The number 15, Harold Burden, the number 2 of Jimmy Best, the number 24 of Josh Colm-Diaz, or the number 52 of Dakota Bruv. The green flag is in the air, and we're racing the final stage. Who is going to be your 2020 NOSSCAR Brighton Truck Series champion? Round of 4 contender Josh Colm-Diaz looks to the inside of Bad Moon Rising. That's a battle for the race lead. The 2 truck of Jimmy Best, one of the round of 4 contenders as well, trying to go with him. Keep your eye on the 24, the 2 and the 52. They're second, third, and fourth. And Harold Burden in the 15 in the 10th position, but he had to start at the tail of this field after getting the free pass. Bad Moon Rising leading the way. They're 3 wide behind her, and that's a battle for the second, third, and fourth positions. Ayrton Frederick in the 0-2, peeking his nose in there every now and then. But as of right now, it's Josh Colm-Diaz in the 24 in the position to win the championship if all were to finish the way that they are now. Contenders running in second, third, fourth, and 10th. And here comes Dakota Bruv, drives it in hard, gets into the tailgate of the 24. He moves Josh out of the way just a little bit. And that's the battle for second and the battle for the championship spot. Josh got a good run coming out of that corner on the outside. He was able to clear Dakota in the 52. And Dakota gonna kind of back up and try to get another good run, but he's got a line of fast trucks behind him, that's for sure. You can't get any better action than this. One of the cleanest races we've had all season long. These drivers know exactly what's at stake. They know exactly how hard it is to win a NOSSCAR championship. But some of these drivers have an opportunity to do that here tonight. You see some of them diving below the yellow line, going all the way down to that inside wall, looking for as much speed and as much grip as they can. Shortest way around the racetrack, and it's a good way to try to slide job in front of your opponent and clear them and take the position away. They're mostly doing that over in turn 3. And don't look now, but Ayrton Frederick in the 0-2 is flying towards the front. He's worked his way to the 3rd position. He's now in between 2 round of 4 contenders. Josh Cole-Diaz in the 24 runs in 2nd. Dakota Brubb in the 52 in 4th. Remember Ayrton Frederick in the 0-2. He won the New York 200 earlier this season at Watkins Glen International. A feel-good story and a feel-good moment for him. And the entire NOSSCAR community certainly reached out and responded, and everyone was happy to see the rookie win that race. It was a heck of a drive, a heck of a battle between him and Jimmy Best in the 2. Of course, Jimmy would go on to win the regular season championship, and now he's here in the round of 4 competing for the championship. Yeah, that was a really special one at Watkins Glen. 2 drivers with completely different backgrounds and paths and stories so far here in NOSSCAR. Left everything they had there at Watkins Glen. The field beginning to get a little bit spread out here in the final stage. This might even be the time when some drivers that are a little bit deeper towards the mid-pack might consider conserving their tires and fuel for the big picture and try to make it as far as they can in the stage. It's going to come down to the tire management and fuel management. It's going to really be a strategy stage here at Phoenix. And they're actually coming up on the 15 of Harold Burden. I didn't see what happened, but they're going to put him a lap down here, and he's one of the round of 4 contenders. And there you see him. I don't know exactly what. There's a little bit of front end damage to the 15 Toyota Tundra. It's not that bad, but the hood is buckled just a little bit. I'm wondering if he got involved in some sort of incident, or maybe he came down pit road as a part of his strategy in the final stage. We'll have to see. If he starts driving away from the 2 leaders, then that might be what he did here. See if we can get an update for you on that. We do know, though, that there are 45 laps to go before we crown a 2020 NOSSCAR Brighton Truck Series champion. The race is being led by Bad Moon Rising, non-playoff contender. And the driver in the position to win the championship as of now is Josh Cole-Diaz in the 24, who runs in 2nd. Round of 4 drivers running 2nd, 3rd, 5th, and 10th, I believe. I believe Harold Burden in the 15 is still scored in the 10th position. He got the free pass at the end of stage 2. Had to start at the tail of the field, but passed a few trucks and he was off to a good start in the final stage again. I didn't see what happened to him. Tough break. Good battle for 3rd. Dakota Brubb takes the position away from Ayrton Frederick in the 0-2. Ayrton Frederick, the 2020 NOSSCAR American Muscle Series champion over on GTA 5. He's the driver of that 0-2 truck that was right there battling with one of your round of 4 contenders, Dakota Brubb in the 52. Most laps led so far, Bad Moon Rising. We've had 7 different race leaders here so far at Phoenix, and we have 43 laps remaining. To be crowned a champion, stepping away from full stepping away from full commentary for right now, and we will be back in just a matter of moments. We will leave the camera on your race leader, Bad Moon Rising. Back to full commentary for the championship race for the NOSSCAR Brighton Truck Series, hosted right here on NASCAR Heat 4. Bad Moon Rising continues to show the way. Josh Colm Diaz in the 24 truck runs in the second position, having a great day. Dakota Bruv in the 52 runs in third. Ayrton Frederick in the 02 scored in the fourth position. Rough Raven actually scored in the fourth position in the 4 truck. And it's Jimmy Best in the 2 rounding out the top 5 championship contenders, running in second, third, and fifth. And Harold Burton in the 15 runs in the 10th position, having to take the free pass at the end of stage number 2 to get back onto the lead lap, but that meant that he had to start at the tail of the field, and it also meant that he had his work cut out for him. Now brings the number 15 Toyota Tundra to a stop in his pit stall. It's going to be 4 tires and fuel. Whole lot of laps left in this one. These drivers able to go about 20 laps, I'd say, 24 laps on fuel and tires at the very most. The fuel and tire window has been a widespread one from driver to driver. Really depends on the line they take and how much they abuse these tires. Josh Colm-Diaz is in the spot to win the championship, and he has been for most of this race. He's probably been the faster of the 4 round of 4 contenders, showing a bit more speed, and he's been up there battling for the lead a bit more frequently in this one than Dakota Bruv, Jimmy Best, and Harold Burton. As you can see, the drivers, some of them take the dog leg all the way down to the inside, and some of them, like Ayrton Frederick, choose not to, and they stay all the way up top. Jimmy Best has completed the pass on Rough Raven, and that was a battle for the 4th position. So now put the round of 4 contenders in 2nd, 3rd, 4th, and 10th. Don't count Jimmy Best out yet. Regular season champion, 5 wins. Came in as the statistical favorite to win the championship. And he's had a really strong playoff run, making it all the way here to the final 4 at ISM Raceway. And still very much alive in the hunt for his championship. An interesting back here. The 32, Rob Oglesby. The 50, Jeffrey Robinson Jr. Jason Pitts in the 12. Thomas Geyer in the 62. They're all right there battling here. Quarter panel in the 18. He was a part of it, but he was able to get around a couple of those guys, and he's since then driven away. Giving the number 18 Toyota Tundra a good run here today at Phoenix International Raceway. Happy to see him making starts in the NOSSCAR Series, and he's set to make more in the NOSSCAR Platinum Cup Series on Friday. Bad Moon Rising leading the way. Josh Colm-Diaz in the 24 runs in 2nd. Dakota Bruv in 3rd. Jimmy Best in 4th. Rough Raven in 5th. That is your top 5 with 26 laps to go. They're really winding down, and it's getting interesting, folks. Who's going to have the right strategy? Who's got it all figured out? Who's going to win this championship? Quarter panel runs in the 6th position, given a call out to him. We were just mentioning him a few moments ago. The gap between he and the driver in 5th is about 2 seconds. He's got a little bit of work to do if he's going to gain any ground on Rough Raven to battle for 5th. Right now he's coming to pit road. Bad Moon Rising doing the same, so there's going to be a new leader for a couple of laps. It is Josh Colm-Diaz in the 24. Dakota Bruv getting a report. May have used the bumper, the old chrome horn, to move Harold Burton in the 15 out of the way. There was a little bit of contact afterwards, and now Harold drives hard into the corner, and more contact was made between Dakota in the 52 and Harold in the 15. Josh Colm-Diaz is on pit road in the 24, surrenders the race lead. I don't know, I think that Dakota moved Harold out of the way. Harold didn't take a liking to it at all, and showed exception and showed his displeasure in the very next turn. More contact was made. Both drivers still pointed in the right direction. Nobody made contact with anybody else, and we resume racing. As of right now, it's Dakota Bruv, the race leader in the 52, and Rough Raven in the 4 has taken over the second position as they run. Having a good run of the number 4, really like the paint job on that number 4 Toyota Tundra. Always a fast truck as well, brought to the tracks by Rough Raven, and it's good to have him here. Looks like he's coming to pit road. It's going to be 4 tires and fuel for him. And I think that it's going to be really close for all these drivers to make it to the end from here on one more pit stop. Dakota's on pit road, Raven's on pit road, Ayrton Frederick is on pit road. There you see Josh in the number 24 truck. He just went flying by on those 4 fresh Goodyear Eagles. The advantage is going to be going to him when it comes to track position, but is it going to Josh when it comes to the right tire strategy and the right fuel strategy? There you see Thomas Geyer in the 62 comes to pit road. Jimmy Best in the 2, one of the round of 4 contenders, on pit road as well. So things are really getting interesting here. What could be the very final pit stop? And problems for Harold Burden. He just spun coming out of turn 4. That's near the start-finish line, and that's a major issue for one of the round of 4 contenders. Oh, Rob Oglesby just made contact there with Harold just a little bit. No harm, no foul. They all continue, but yeah, that is a shame for Harold. He had a great chance coming into this one to walk away the champion. Trying to figure out what everybody's strategy is, and it's really tough to do that. I think that Jimmy Best might be good to go to the finish on the fuel and the tires that he has. And if that is the case, he has a huge advantage over the other 3 round of 4 contenders, because I don't think that they can. Josh Colm-Diaz pit about 4 or 5 laps before Jimmy in the 2, and Dakota Bruv in the 52, he pit about 2 laps before Jimmy Best in the 2 came to pit road. So this is going to become really key and really interesting to see what happens as the laps wind down. Jimmy Best in the 2 might be good to go the way. As of right now, it is Brett Baker in the number 99 Ford F-150 being scored as the race leader. We know that he's on a very different strategy when it comes to fuel and tires, and now you see him pulling that truck down below the yellow line, and he'll make his way to pit road for his scheduled pit stop. But good job by Brett to go out there, lead some laps here in the championship race. He knows a lot of drivers and a lot of the NOSSCAR community are watching and wanted to put on a good show for the fans. We've had 9 different race leaders, 18 different drivers started in this race. 9 of them have led at least 1 lap here at Phoenix, so it's been a very competitive race, and a lot of drivers have really brought their A game for the last race of the year. Now, I believe when this all cycles through, it's going to give the lead back to Bad Moon Rising. She won the pole. She won stage 1. She's had arguably the fastest truck since the drop of the green flag. I think there might not be very many arguments about it, to be honest. And the only thing that might come back to haunt her is the fuel and tire management that some of these others, like Jimmy Best and Brett Baker, have been able to accomplish. I don't know how they're able to do it, but they seem to be able to go quite a bit of a longer distance on the tires and the fuel that they have. It's still Josh Colm-Diaz in the 24 running in second. He's the highest running playoff contender at this time. And Bad Moon Rising is on pit road. She surrenders the lead, and there goes Josh in the 24. He's out front here at Phoenix. Dakota Bruv in the 52, it appears he is saving a little bit of fuel here. He just let Rough Raven in the 4 go by, and that was for position. And now Quarter Panel in the 18 gets closer, and he's going to pull to the inside and make a move as well. That is also for position. Ayrton Frederick in the 02, 1 lap down, going to try to follow the 18 by the 52. And this might be a part of the strategy. Dakota might be trying to stretch the fuel in the tires to make it to the end. We have a suspicion that Jimmy Best in the 2 can make it to the finish. And as of now, Dakota in the 52 is well ahead of Jimmy Best. It's almost the length of a full straightaway, so Dakota's got a little bit of a gap to play with and conserve the fuel and tires as much as he has to. All eyes are now on Josh Colm-Diaz. He's the race leader. A lot of the NOSSCAR community members were pulling for this young man to walk away with the 2020 NOSSCAR Brighton Truck Series Championship. They know how much he cares about NOSSCAR and how committed and how dedicated he is and how much he really enjoys coming out here and racing with all of these guys. And since day one, he has wanted to be able to call himself a NOSSCAR champion, but now he comes to pit road. The 24 is on pit road, and evidently he did not have the fuel and the tires to make it to the distance, and this is going to really throw a wrench into the plans and the championship hopes for Josh. Ten laps to go here at Phoenix, and we're watching what is going to be the battle for the lead, and now it is Dakota Bruv in the 52, Jimmy Best in the 2. They're battling side by side. This is going to be for the championship if they both can make it to the distance. As of right now, it's Rough Raven in the 4 truck leading the way. There you see him. But the battle is for the championship between Jimmy Best in the 2, Dakota Bruv in the 52. We're trying to keep our eye on multiple battles on the racetrack at once. Jimmy has the advantage. He has slightly fresher tires and he's got more fuel in the tank. Dakota might be having to lift and conserve a little bit, and problems for Nick Don Francesco in the 3. He loops it over in turn 4. Gets it back going again, and nobody was involved, especially none of the round of 4 contenders. We got under 10 laps to go at Phoenix, and we think that Jimmy Best might be good to make it to the finish on the tires and fuel that he has. Rough Raven in the 4 has the lead. Non-playoff contender closing in on what would be his first career NOSSCAR Brighton Truck Series win. Looking to spoil the party between the championship 4. It's been up there in the top 10 on the lead lap all race long since the drop of the green flag, and it would be quite a story if we saw 2 firsts here tonight. If all were to hold station, we would have a first-time race winner and a first-time NOSSCAR Brighton Truck Series champion. Keeping our eye on this battle, this is the battle for the championship. They're battling for second on the racetrack, but they're battling for first in the final standings, folks. It's coming down to Jimmy Best in the 2, Dakota Bruv in the 52, teammates at Timac Bruv Motorsports. They've got the 18 of Quarter Panel right behind them in the 18, and that's going to be a battle for position as well. Getting the running order actually sorted out for you. This is not a battle for position. The 18 truck is a lap down. We didn't see exactly what happened to Quarter Panel, but it had to have been much earlier in the race. The 24 of Josh Colm-Diaz, he's a lap down as well. He's on those 4 fresh Goodyear Eagles. He's flying up behind these guys. Less than 4 laps to go for Jimmy Best in the number 2. Can he hold on until the end? He pulls to the inside to let Josh go. He knows he's got the fresher tires of the two, and it's not a battle for position. Three laps to go until we crown a 2020 NOSSCAR Brighton Truck Series champion, and it very well might be Jimmy Best. He's trying to let some of these faster trucks with fresher tires get around him, but without losing position to Dakota in that 52. And now Brett Baker in the 99 getting really close to these guys. That is a battle for position. And now he flies past Dakota Bruv in the 52 to take third, but he made contact with the outside wall. He's unable to clear Dakota. This is the time where they need to dig deep. Nick Don Francesco spins again, this time a little bit out of the groove more. Jimmy Best was able to avoid him, so was Dakota Bruv in the 52. And this is the white flag lap. Final lap here. Jimmy Best in the 2 is now your new leader as well. Rough Raven had to pit, he couldn't reach the distance. Coming out of 3 and 4 for the final time. He's done it. Jimmy Best in the 2 wins the 2020 NOSSCAR Brighton Truck Series Championship. Two years in a row, he won the regular season championship for this series, and finally, he has won the NOSSCAR Brighton Truck Series Championship. 6 wins this season, including tonight at Phoenix International Raceway. What a job, what a drive by Jimmy Best. All 4 round of 4 contenders made it very interesting. And when the smoke cleared, when all was said and done, it was Jimmy Best winning the championship. How about that? Brett Baker in second, Dakota Bruv third, Jason Pitts fourth. Jeffrey Robinson Jr. rounds out the top 5 with a career best finish in this series for him. Pole sitter in stage 1 winner Bab Moon Rising finishes in 6th. Josh Colm Diaz in the 24 finishes in 7th. What a wild championship race. Bab Moon Rising with the quickest lap of the race. Your champion Jimmy Best with the 9th quickest lap of the race. And that just goes to show that it really came down to fuel and tire management and getting in a good rhythm and being consistent, showing good speed throughout the course of a long run. Congratulations to Jimmy Best. We're going to get a word with him in victory lane. And well, folks, we've made our way down to victory lane. The end of the season is here. Race 28 of the 2020 NOSSCAR Brighton Truck Series is in the history books. We have a 2020 champion, and his name is Jimmy Best. Jimmy, first of all, congratulations. I know how close you came to winning this one last year, but man, I also have to say this had to have been the race of your life. It came down to a fuel and tire management strategy in the final stage. You had great competition surrounding you out there all race long, but at the end of the season you have 6 wins and you're the champion. What is going through your mind? And take us through those last few laps battling with Dakota.
I'm still trying to figure it all out because me and Dakota did not have the fastest trucks by any means at this race. We were underprepared, is what some people would say, but those last few laps, I was watching my tire gauge, trying to figure it all out. I was hoping I had enough tires left. I'm just speechless on everything, and this is awesome.
You won the regular season championship last year, and you won it this year. A lot of the drivers in the NOSSCAR community picked you as the favorite to win this championship, and you didn't let them down. Was there a strategy that you had in mind coming into tonight, or did you happen to stumble upon this fuel management strategy and tire management strategy as you were running out there?
I kind of stumbled upon it. I was going into stage 2. I was looking at how many laps were in the stage, trying to figure it all out, and that's how I got the stage 2 win, was just by fuel strategy and tire strategy. I was able to save enough, and when I got to the start-finish line at the end of stage 2, I had 2% left in my tires. So I knew, just counting down the laps, could figure it all out. I figured I could save enough on one of the last 2 or 3 runs that I could have been able to make it to the end of tires and fuel, and I was able to do that, luckily.
You kept your composure pretty well out there. Josh Colm-Diaz in the 24 looked freaky fast, and he was able to stay up front with Bad Moon Rising for the most part. Did that worry you at all, or did you kind of stick to your strategy?
At the beginning of the stage, it did worry me, and as I was going through the laps, looking at how many laps were left, I was able to calculate it, and I figured I could go 2 or 3 extra laps after they pitted for their second to last stop. I could have made it on tires and fuel on my last one, and that's how I was able to do it.
You made history tonight. You've won your first NOSSCAR championship on a NASCAR Heat video game. Tell us what that means to you, and tell us what you had to do to get to where you are right now.
It means a lot, as to be able to win my first NASCAR Heat championship in NOSSCAR. I've been in here for almost 2 years now. Like you said earlier, I had the truck championship elude me last year, finishing 3rd to Jade as he finished 2nd. I wanted it last year. I wanted it this year. I knew I was going to be a very good competitive truck this entire season. I didn't know how I would do it at ISM. It's not one of my better tracks, but I was still able to overcome that and still come out on top.
From all of us here at NOSSCAR, we'd like to say once again, congratulations. Really proud of you.
Thank you very much.
And that, ladies and gentlemen, was Jimmy Best, and living up to the last name, folks. He is the best here in the 2020 NOSSCAR Brighton Truck Series. He is your 2020 NOSSCAR Truck Champ. From all of us here at NOSSCAR, we are saying so long, and we would also like to say thank you very much for tuning in to our 2020 broadcasts. The action continues next Monday for the Motormaster Series Championship, driving those Xfinity cars. The final race in the round of 8 at Martinsville will be held at about 7:50 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, followed by the championship race at about 9:30. That's all next Monday, right here on the NOSSCAR YouTube channel. From all of us here at NOSSCAR, we're saying so long, and once again, congratulations to your 2020 NOSSCAR Brighton Truck Series champion, Jimmy Best in the 2.